Hi, welcome to this edition of Growing Wisdom. I'm Dave Epstein. Today we're going to talk about how to plant sweet potatoes. So sweet potatoes, first of all, are not yams. They're sweet potatoes. Yams are different. Sweet potatoes are actually a member of the morning glory family. They're a tropical vine and you eat the root. Because sweet potatoes are a tropical vine, they need up to 100 days in order to mature. The key is you want to plant them when it's warm and you want to get them out before it gets too cold. We're planting our sweet potatoes, at least some of them, in buckets. So notice I've got these big buckets. They're in black buckets. I did that because that's going to help heat the soil up a bit. I've planted a few of them. They are drooping. That's okay. If you order sweet potato plants, which we did from Johnny Seeds, they tell you when you get them to keep them evenly moist in a paper towel. So that's what we did. We put them in a paper towel. Keep them out of the sun and keep them out of wind. So we've done all that and these look pretty good. So I planted some of these a couple of days ago and we're going to plant a couple more for you now. So one of the things I want you to notice is that there's small roots on the sweet potato slips. These are called slips. Now, unlike potatoes where you actually take a piece of potato and put it in the ground, slips are part of the sweet potato that's growing. So this is basically the top of the sweet potato plant. And you can see that this is what's going into the ground anywhere from 6 to 8 inches deep. You want to plant it deep enough so those roots are in the ground, but you don't want to bury the leaves. So our bucket has a diameter of 30 inches. It's pretty big, and we're going to put in, I'm going to put 4 of these in just to see what happens. Plant those in there like that. Notice I planted the root, but I did not bury the leaves. We're going to do another one here. So sweet potatoes like it warm and tropical, and it's been a very warm spring, so I'm not worried right now about cool weather. But if it does get cool, one of the things I did is I purchased online this little mini greenhouse, and watch this. We can put this right over the sweet potato vines like that. So especially at night, I wouldn't do this during the day. I think I'd cook them because the sun's so strong. But at night, if it's going to be cool, I can cover them up and keep them nice and warm and then pull this off during the day. And that will help keep that heat that got into those pots during the day in there all night. And I think the sweet potatoes are going to grow much better. Now, of course, you can plant these in the ground, and more people put them in the ground than actually put them in pots. We're just limited for room here. If you plant them in the ground, you want them about 10 to 18 inches apart, each individual plant. And the rows, they need to be 3 to 5 feet apart from each other. These guys run, so you need a large space in order to grow your sweet potatoes, or you can plant them in something like a bucket or a big bag or some other medium that's going to be able to hold the soils. As you get to the end of the summer, of course, before frost, then you can pull your sweet potatoes. In order to store your sweet potatoes, they've got to be cured. Put them in a very warm, dark, well-ventilated space. If you can find something that's like 85 degrees, that's great, up to 5 to 7 days. And then just keep them in about 60 degrees in a dark place and don't touch them too much. By curing the sweet potato roots properly, you'll be able to store them for up to 7 months. So if you harvest them late summer, early fall, you can have sweet potatoes for the holidays. For this edition of Growing Wisdom, I'm Dave Epstein.